In this video, we will cover how to calculate streaming music royalty payouts. In the previous example, we used this method here. But in this example, we will do something like so. Now it has one extra step, but it's easier to calculate or change the numbers and understand what's going on. So this one says 1 is the royalty payout. So if we want to change it to 40 or this much, 1,000 is the royalty payout. And that's for, looks like 400,000. So if we want to change it to 4, you'll see you get 1 penny. Now, let's start over because there's a lot going on in this example here. I will take this part away and just delete it. And then in this example, we'll use variables. First, we need to eliminate the current variables. So based on the past example, if you have the royalty rate and you have the number of streams, music streams, you can calculate the payout for the royalties. So first, let's make a variable called number of streams. And we'll leave it at for all sprites for now. So this checkbox means you can see what the variable is equal to currently. Okay, so we need number of streams and we need to multiply it by the rate. So we grab the operator with number of streams, and then we need to create another variable. Or actually, you do not have to create a variable. You could just put 0.0025. But this is in case you want to change or manipulate the royalty rate, because there are other services out there that pay higher and lower amounts for royalties. We're going to create a variable. You just click on make a variable again, and then we will call this variable royalty rate for all sprites. So instead of having that there, so currently, as you can see, number of streams, if you look over here by scratch, the scratch sprite, yeah, number of streams equal to 0 and royalty rate is equal to 0. So we need to change or modify or set the different variables to a value other than 0. So for the first one, we will change number of streams to equal to, how about 400? And then for royalty rate, we'll set royalty rate, that variable, to the 0.0025 number. Now, if we click on number of streams times royalty rate, inside you get 0. That's because we haven't clicked these sets of blocks. So when we click this set of blocks, it will change, as you can see right here. So number of streams times royalty rate is equal to $1. Now, we want to output this information. And we'll use the looks category. Say hello. Let's make it for 5 seconds. And all you have to do is insert the group of pill shaped symbols or blocks, number of streams times royalty rate for 5 seconds. And then, as you can see, it says 1. So let's change the value to 4,000. The number of streams are 4,000. And as you may guess, it will be 10. So this is somewhat convenient, but what if somebody else wants to use your program? If they just see 10, details would seem more appropriate. So, like our previous example, we had text follow the information or the value of the payout. So to do that, you go back to operators, and instead of using plus, minus, multiply, or divide, we're going to use the join operator. So notice this is a pill shape and this is a pill shape. So we'll insert number of streams times royalty rate, and let's click on it just to see, out of curiosity, what happens. It says 10 banana and there isn't a space. So we need another join because we're going to have information follow, but we don't want it to look like this. 10 banana. So we need another join. And we're going to put it right here. Or actually, let's take it out. And all you have to do is click on Apple and then hit space. And there is a space there. And right here, we need to put some information. Let's use a variable. So we could just type it out and say, is the streaming royalty payout, period. So let's see what happens when you do it this way. As you can see, there is a space. 10 is the streaming royalty payout. But since we're working on variables in this example, let's just use another variable. So it's really optional, but we'll call this informative comment or statement for all sprites. We only have one sprite, so it really doesn't matter. So we'll put informative statement in case we want to change the statement. So informative statement is currently 0, as you can see right over here. So we want to change that. So let's initialize it or set it to is the royalty payout, period. Okay, so let's see what happens when we hit the following. So 4,000 is the number of streams. If you look up to the right, 4,000 is the number of streams. The royalty payout stays the same, and is the royalty payout. So all we have to do is connect, say for 5 seconds, or let's make it 6. Okay, let me stop. You can always stop if you start with the stop symbol right here. So all we have to do is insert this into the pill shape. You take a pill shape and insert it with a pill shape. Oops, that's in the wrong section. So I hit Control Z to undo. So we put number of streams times royalty rate, and we join it with this join, which is blank space plus informative statement. And let's see what happens. Let's move Scratch over a little bit, and then let's hit when green flag clicked. 10 is the royalty payout. So you just created a simple. So what if let's just type some numbers in like so. Well, let's decrease it. 505, 503. Okay. Or better yet, let's just type in a very large number. 800. And it should be able to calculate it. And that is 2 million is the royalty payout. And like before, let's try 4,512,000, and we multiply, and you get 11,280 is the royalty payout. So this concludes our video. In the next video, we will use sensing blocks to help make our calculator a little bit more efficient. And then we'll follow up with functions or what is called my blocks in Scratch. So essentially you can make your own blocks. And that concludes this video. See you in the next video.